Hi everyone, Leslie from Discovery Fabrics. Today we're doing a video featuring a new pattern that is just being released by a friend of ours at Learn MYOG, which stands for Learn Make Your Own Gear. Now Tim is not a professional pattern maker, but he has been very successful in the patterns that he has developed for the outdoor enthusiast, and in particular things that are made with very lightweight fabrics that are very packable and also very functional. So today we're featuring his new pattern, which is called the Camp Pant, and we have made it ourselves in Polartec Alpha Direct in the lightest weight possible, which is 60 GSM, and we're going to show you some other fabric choices that you could use to make the same pant. Now, originally this was referred to as a sleep pant because a lot of people are wearing this in their sleeping bags, but it's also much more functional than that. Of course, you can wear it underneath your waterproof rain pants, you can wear it just as a mid layer, and it's really great. Now, you'll notice that the 60 GSM is very sheer. My jacket is actually 60 GSM. You can actually see through the fabric. So while this makes a fantastic sleep pant and mid layer, it's not something that you'd want to go to the grocery store in because it is very sheer. And as my trusty assistant just pointed out, it would be quite distracting if you were walking around camp wearing something this sheer in a pant. But having said that, it makes a fantastic pant. Now we want to show you some other weights of Alpha Direct. As I mentioned, this is 60 GSM. We also have 90 GSM. This is style 4004, and again you can see through it a little bit. Even though it's the same color as my jacket, this is actually a lighter version than this. And here we have style 4008, and this is 120 GSM, and you can see that it gets less see-through. And then you can go right up to a is it 190? I think it is 190. 4024, and it is actually more almost like a Polartec high loft. So, but it's still very light and compressive. So really it boils down to the climate, your preference, your use for this pant, and just how much weight you want to carry. But having said that, there's also some really good options for a lightweight camp pant, and I'm going to show you a couple of choices here. We've selected this one style. Actually, we've had it printed in a couple of prints here, but this is that exact same fabric. This is Polartec Power Grid, and this is style 9076, and it is actually a very lightweight fabric. So you'll note that the face is very smooth and the back has a grid. And when you're looking at these lighter weights, the less fabric you have and the more channels you have, the lighter that fabric's going to be, and that allows for airflow, but it also gives you just a tiny bit of warmth in that. I'm going to be showing you a little bit heavier weights of Polartec Power Grid, but I also wanted to show you a version of Polartec Power Wool that is very similar to the weight of this Power Grid. The only real difference in Power Wool and Power Grid in this style is that the fleece squares on the back are actually 100% merino wool. So that wool is against your skin. The outside of the fabric is synthetic, and that gives it durability and also assists in wicking, so it stays much drier than a typical 100% merino jersey, which we also have and which would also be very good in this pant. Just don't have it in this particular video. Next, I'm going to show you if you wanted to step up in warmth. This is another style of Polartec Power Grid. This is 9186, and it's just a little bit heavier, and you can see that there is a little bit more material on the square channels as opposed to the lighter one that we showed you at the beginning. And then last, I'm going to show you in the Polartec Power Grid series, this is style 9110, and this has more fabric, and it is a little bit heavier, so it's going to give you just an added bit of warmth. On our website, on every one of our pages, we have tabs that say specs and features, and there you're going to be able to look at every color that we've got, every style that we've got, and we're going to put the GSM or the grams per square meter, and in most cases we do try to convert to ounces per square yard for those who think in yards, and that helps you understand the weight of the fabric that you're getting. Now, having said this, We believe that this is a really great camp pant pattern. You could do a couple of different things to make it differently if you wish to. Now when Tim designed this, he designed it with buttonholes at the back, and you basically don't put elastic in, and you can just put cord in to attach that and adjust it. We feel an option for us would be to use a plush elastic that's exposed. You see that in boxers a lot, where you basically just take, you know, 1.5 inch very soft plush elastic, and it's exposed. You don't encase it, and you just sew it on, and that's just another option. And as well, if you're not big on the buttonholes against your body and you did like the cord idea, you could easily put the buttonholes on the outside. For the waistband of this and for the cuff on the bottom, we chose an athletic knit called Yoga Stretch, and that is just a very, very comfortable stretch that is very good for leggings, that kind of thing, but is also really good for cuffing. You could use yoga ribbing as well, or many other athletic knits or ribs to make that waistband or cuff. We also used fold over elastic to finish the pocket on this camp pant, and it makes a very neat finish. And our actual pocket lining is Polartec Power Dry in a mid-weight. So that's just a soft knit that normally you would make a moisture wicking athletic shirt out of. We just use scraps for making the pockets and that kind of thing. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is that this is obviously very lightweight fabrics, but there's going to be instances where people are in very cold climates. You know, you might be camping in the Yukon or in the mountains, and maybe are on a snow machine, and the weight of the fabric is not your main concern. And in that case, you're going to want to be using fabrics like Polartec 200 fleece or Polartec High Loft fleece, or many of the other fleeces that Polartec makes for cold weather. So we think this is a great pattern. We congratulate Tim on the launch of this camp pant pattern. If you have any questions about fabrics, we're happy to answer them in our own Facebook group, which is called So Inspired by Discovery Fabrics. And we also put all of our tutorials on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.